Hi, welcome to this video tutorial on writing a content plan. A content plan is produced for each module and provides a content overview as well as a story for the module. Although the module has its own storyline, it still needs to fit into the main story thread that runs through the whole course. With this in mind, it's best that you refer to the story structure overview document for the project before you start writing a content plan. The story structure document will introduce a story thread that's followed throughout all modules. Each module has an individual storyline set in a particular location. A synopsis is provided for each module to give you an idea of how the story may go. I don't want to restrict your creative freedom, so it's just a suggested storyline that can be adjusted if required. The storyline for each module is wrapped up at the end before progressing to the next module. The students are kept engaged through the main story thread. In this example, seeing whether a critically ill brother is going to survive. The story structure also provides character profiles that you should use as reference when writing storylines. Okay, now to the content plan. A content plan is a high-level overview of what needs to be covered in a module. The opening page of the content plan lists the units of competency, the objectives, provides a content overview, and also provides a story overview. These only need to be very high level. The content plan template we use at vLearning contains both instructional and creative content. Your role may be to either develop instructional content, develop the creative content, or do both. The assessment plan lists the elements and performance criteria that need to be covered. You should cut and paste this information into the content plan. You should also list which topic heading the content belongs under. Once you know what performance criteria need to be covered, you can start to write down a high-level overview of content for those performance criteria in the right-hand column. I usually provide an indication of what references an example would be useful in here. Once you have the basics in place, you can start to create the storyline required. You'll need to try and reflect the performance criteria and required content as much as possible. It just needs to be tied in loosely with the story. Reference material and assessment tasks will cover most of the content at the end of each element. Once you've completed the storyline for an element, you move to the next element and repeat the process. It's important that the storyline leaves a sense of anticipation at the end of each element so the students want to move forward and see what happens in the story. Once all the elements have been covered, you'll need to conclude the storyline for this module. Remember, the content plan is designed to be a notation of ideas. This just needs to be a quick draft to get an idea of how to approach the content. You can work out all the detail in the storyboards. Example content plans will be provided to you as a reference. The main objective is to write a storyline that aligns with the content that needs to be covered in the performance criteria. This gives you a great platform to move into the storyboard stage.